And this time we're going to make a margarine. Let's cream it up. Okay, the batter is done. Let's trim it off. Sounds hollow. Hello everybody, welcome to the cake lesson again. And this time we're going to make a margarine cake. The only difference between a margarine and a butter cake is of course the margarine. So again, the ingredients, we got 200 grams of all-purpose pastry flour, we got 200 grams of crystal sugar, we got 7 grams of salt, 5 grams of baking powder, 200 grams of egg, and 200 grams of margarine. We're going to start by creaming up the margarine in the machine. Make sure all your ingredients are at room temperature or baking temperature, bakery temperature. So put the machine on the lowest possible speed, cream up the margarine. When that's creamed up, we're going to add sugars to it. Meanwhile, we're going to sift the flour, salt, and baking powder. So putting in our flour into a sieve, baking powder, and salt. Perfect. Let's set that aside. Now, the margarine is creamed up really nicely. Let's put in the sugar. Let's cream it up. And after that, we're going to add the eggs to the mixture. And then in the end, on a really low speed, we're going to add our flour mixture. Okay, the sugar and margarine are now really nice and creamy. So let's add the eggs to the mixture. Perfect. This will mix a little bit harder because it's a fatty ingredient with a watery ingredient, so it will mix up not as nicely as the sugar and margarine, of course. But when it's almost mixed, let's add in the flour. This doesn't need to be one mass. It could be two separate ingredients still in the bowl, but let's mix up a little bit. Let's add the flour to it. Bit by bit, not too much in one go. Perfect. And when everything is mixed together, roughly 1 minute on a low speed is enough for a cake for a pound cake with this recipe. I already have my cake tin greased and ready to go. This recipe is enough for a cake tin. Once again, you will find the dimension and everything about this cake tin and the recipes in the instructions with the cake course. Okay, the batter is done. Let's turn it off. Perfect. Grab my spatula. Let's clean the bishop. That's how we call it in Holland. The flat beater. So, and then mix the sides in a bit. If there are any lumps, just mix them in. And then pour in the cake batter. Let's shake it around a bit. Same what we did with the butter. And then 2 firm slaps on your work surface and perfect. Let's bake this once again. An oven of 150 to 160 degrees, 55 to 60 minutes until it's cooked. Let's bake it. The cake is out of the oven. It's the margarine cake. It's still really hot. So let's once again put it on a breathable cloth. Underneath there is a little grill. So let's put it on. Tap on it. Then if it sounds hollow, it's done. And let's cover it up. And again, wait 30 minutes until it's cooled down completely, and then we can cut into it. The margarine cake is fully cooled down. Let's cut into it. Let's grab my knife. So here you see the interior. It's quite nice. What I noticed with margarine cakes is always a little bit irregular than a butter cake or an oil cake, and I think that's to do with the emulsifiers that are emulsifying the vegetable fats in the margarine. But overall, it feels good. It feels nice. So I always suggest a butter cake, a margarine cake, or an oil cake. It's best a day after. So bake it today, eat it tomorrow. That's when you have your best results. So leave it underneath here, and now you can store it in a container. Thank you very much, everybody. See you next lesson. This time we're going to make a margarine cake. Let's cream it up. Okay, the batter is done. Let's cream it off. Hollow.